Hello guys, welcome to TMXing Adventures. Lisa here. Hey look, today we are continuing on speedy dinners. If you've not gone and downloaded your free downloadable from my website, head over and do that. Now today I'm making a quick gyros, okay? Now normally gyros in this case is made with pork. I'm using chicken thigh. I'm actually going to do 3 times as amount because that's how much it's going to take to feed our family of 6. So I'm going to show you how to do that. It is a TM6 recipe. Those of you with the TM5 I will give you, and TM31s, I will give you the tips on how to do it with your Thermomix, and I guess the difference you'll find as well. The seasoning for this gyros is found on Cookie Dough. It makes a large amount. I think I'm going through the same jar I made like 2 or 3 years ago, okay? I've just got on the lid what it is and I just use that all the time. So I'm gonna get straight started on this recipe and then we're gonna have a chat about cheese. So in the comments as you're watching along, do say hi, say, tell me what you're making, if you're making something exciting, what did you make over the weekend? Even if it's not something exciting, let me know. It tells Facebook you're interested in these videos, which means they put it in your newsfeed. Otherwise, Facebook thinks you're not. So please do engage in some way. If you're on YouTube watching replays, hit the subscribe button below as well. But let's get started. We're going to go straight in to start cooking. And you can see straight away it's asking for some oil. So in goes 20 grams of oil. Doesn't particularly say what type of oil, so use whatever is your preference. I'm using an olive oil, an extra virgin olive oil. Okay, there we go. Next up, we go next, and it's going to ask for some pre-chopped onion. I have been known to skip this step, however, I had a bit of brown onion in the fridge that really looked like it was a bit sad and needed using, so I'm going to use it today. Is it 60? Oh, it is pretty close. That was just pure luck. Okay, on with my lid. It shows me on my picture to take off the measuring cup and put on the simmering basket to stop the spluttering. And now we go and up to 120 degrees, 2 minutes, reverse. Oh, that camera doesn't have that in. Reverse speed 1. Off that goes. So you'll see in the next few steps it tells you to put the seasoning on. Now if you don't have the gyros seasoning, make it. But if you don't have it, what do you use? Just use some beautiful Italian herbs or something like that. You might have some already there. Maybe some oregano and parsley, dried herbs would be beautiful as well. You know what? You could skip the herbs and just have chicken or pork. That's fine, whatever you've got, okay? Feel free to use what you've got. Now, I'm going to do this in 3 batches because it'll then do 250 grams, and 250 grams approximately, probably about 300. That's just how much will fit in my container. Now, this says later on to serve it with a beautiful cheese, okay? It's telling us to serve it with tzatziki. Now, talking about cheese, I don't know if most of you know, but I have a cheese course over at TMXing Adventures, where you can follow that over there. You will find my cheese course. Now, it is $49 to actually learn how to get confident and make cheese on your own. Now, why is that helpful? Well, the other day I scored 7 bottles of 1.5 litres milks. They were unhomogenized for 82 cents each. They're due to expire the next day. And what did I do that afternoon? I came home and I cooked them up. Now, show me what I made. Let me show you. Here is some crumbly ricotta. This is 370 grams of ricotta that cost me less than $1 to make, okay? Firstly, we're not done yet. I made 400 grams of halloumi. Now, these are all in my course, step by step by step. You can't get it wrong, and not only do I step you through it, but I actually take you through the why it works and how it works, so that if something doesn't quite start going to plan, you can either contact me, but you'll also know the science behind why it's working or not working. So this is beautiful homemade halloumi, okay? Amazing. So then I've got over here some, what is this? Oh, more ricotta, okay? Actually, no, I lied. That one's cottage cheese, okay? That one's cottage cheese. And then I've also got over here some quark, which is actually what's called for in this tzatziki recipe, okay? So, and that's a big double batch. Like, look at the size of that. Like, most of these are about 370 grams you get out of 2 litres worth. Okay, so you'll get a whole lot of whey as well. And the whey I've frozen, the whey I use in soups and breads and anything that calls for buttermilk, milk or water, I use that whey, okay? It's hugely high in protein, so you don't throw it out. So you're actually getting 2 for 1. As much as I'm spruiking the cheese, you actually get this other byproduct, which is fantastic. We will be having pumpkin soup in the coming days. I'll be using the whey. I won't use water, and that lifts that protein, which is great because my kids are forever hungry. That there is about 650, 700 grams of quark, which we'll be using this next recipe. Okay, so by the way, if you're wondering how much money does that save you, if you can get it discounted, okay? So obviously I particularly saw that on the shelf of the supermarket, and I went, New Beauty, it's online. I do that with cream as well, okay? If the cream is on sale, marked down, I will take that. When I say on sale, it's that going to be expired ones, and make butter with the cream or ice cream. But that cost me $5 something for, must have been up to about 10 litre, I don't know. What's 1.5 times 7? My brain doesn't do that on a live camera. And I got all that cheese out of it, you know. And for a 250 gram tub of ricotta, you're looking at $4. So I made 356 grams worth of ricotta for less than $1. Okay, so really easy. And you know what, cheese, when you know how, then it means when you do pick up that milk discounted, you can just make it, and you know that it's there then in your fridge, and you did it yourself. So nothing better. By the way, you'll also find in the cheese course there is creme fraiche, there is a fromage blanc, which is like a quark as well. You will find a feta in there. There is lots of yummy things that you can make. So if you want to check that out, head over to the QR code TMX Adventures, go to the courses tab, and check that out. You'll also find a starting with your Thermomix course, and the hot crust buns. Well, it wasn't hot crust buns, it was the Easter grazing box series is still up there as well, if you're wanting to have a look at that. But making your own cheeses in your Thermomix, there's nothing better, okay? And once you know how, it's just easy. And usually there's only one tricky ingredient in any of those recipes, okay? One tricky ingredient, it's called rennet, and you buy it online, it comes to your door, and then you've got this massive batch that you can use in future reference. So, all right, let's keep going. Next, let's get this meat in. You'll see here that it only says to put in 200 grams of pork meat in strips. If you go too heavy, now I'm going to go too heavy because I've got batches to do, and literally I'm going to come back and hit repeat, and I'm going to keep batching these off, okay? That's what I'm going to do. So I've got you can see that the, what's that called? It's not a dressing. Spice mix on top. I've got that in there. I'm not going to play with it. I'd normally stir it around, but I'm just not because I don't want to touch it. I've got a thermo server ready to go in a moment. This is where the hot food will go into. Now, I'm going to make sure that it's spread out around the blades. Okay, I'm sorry I don't have my top camera on at the moment. Something happened over Easter, and my camera's decided it wasn't going to do a third camera anymore. I need to find some time to play with it and fix it. Okay, on with the lid, and then it says to use a splash guard. Now, I would normally say, please use your splash guard. I can't find mine, okay? 2 Thermomixes, 4 bowls, and I can't find it. So I'm going to put this on instead, okay? Not ideal, but it will do the same job. It will stop the oil splattering out the top, okay, in this recipe. Go done, and then go don't go next. You need to push this, turn the dial, and then done. And then it's got 6 minutes. It's going to use maximum temperature, and that little sizzle symbols, which is what we've got on our TM6, is the ability to use this super high heat. Now, if you have a TM5 or TM31, what do? You do reverse because you don't want to chop your meat up. You do slow stir, okay? And you also do a varoma temperature, simmering basket on top as well, okay? Let the humidity out so that it doesn't sweat off your meat. You will not get it as brown as I will get it in a TM6 because ours is going hotter. But you know what? If you want it for lunch to put in wraps or in like the tzatziki style thing we're doing, it'll do the job still, okay? It's fine. So, going to spin this up. Now, TM6, you'll know that it holds still at times. It wiggles and jiggles and then it stops, okay? And that's perfectly fine as well. That's what we'd expect. On a TM31 and TM5, yours will continue to agitate the whole way through. All right, but here you'll see now it's stopped. And it's starting to sizzle. You may or may not be able to hear that. But otherwise, guys, I'm going to continue going on with this. Pretty much what I will do is I will take this contents out, put it in a thermo server. If you want to get your hands on a thermo server, reach out. I'd love to do a demo with you online with 2 friends and get you a discounted thermo server. They're pretty cool. Keep things hot or cold for. So grab it. This is the white with a silver lid. Sorry, guys, the black lid. It normally has a clear lid. This is a 2.2. But yeah, it's insulated, so it's really great if you can use hot or cold for a couple of hours. Then I'll hit the back arrow, I'll put in new oil, and I'll do this again. And I'll do it 3 times because I had nearly a kilo worth of meat in here. But otherwise, guys, reach out if I can help you with anything regarding your Thermomix. I love to hear from you. I love to know what you're making. If you've got challenges, if there's things that you're proud of, don't ever be a stranger. Thanks for joining in today. Remember to go over there and grab your speedy dinners, and make sure if you're not on my subscription list, grab onto that as well, because in the next week you will be getting sneak peeks as to what's coming in May. But otherwise guys, take care, and I will see you for some more videos soon. Bye for now.